WEEI Late Night.
On WEEI.
Boston's sports original.
That demographic is heavily engaged on...
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to.
Late night, WEEI. It's KJ. Thank you so much for spending the last hour, 45 minutes, or if you've just been for like 15 minutes, I appreciate you being here. I will get to your comments shortly, and then we've got the Bruins parody getting you ready for the Maple Leafs here tomorrow night in about 4 minutes. So to start off this break, you heard Chris Curtis from the Greg Hill Show, weekdays 6 to 10, with his theory thinking that the whole Chris Rock and Will Smith thing was all a big setup, that it was all scripted, that it was for ratings purposes. It was, I would dispel that because that event didn't happen until 11 o'clock at night. So if you're going to stage something, you want to stage it at 9 o'clock. You want them to stay for 2 more hours versus another 30 minutes. So I would throw that theory out. I will say this. What is unfortunate for me as a person who is in the media, and I'm not an A-list celebrity, somewhere my letter is around D, E, or F, to see 2 black men have to be the entertainment in a negative light for the entire world to discuss. That it's conflict. Well, I would have done this, or what I would have done, or if it wasn't The Rock, he wouldn't have done that. It's sad. It's tough to see. It's not funny. Well, what about what happens to comedians when they say, well, we're in a kind of a new world. People don't have home phones anymore. And you might get smacked the hell in the mouth if you say something wrong at the comedy show. That might be on the table. That's where we are as a society. But I will say this. I don't agree or disagree with what Will Smith did. I'm not a judger in that regard. But I do understand this. When you're married and you love someone, you don't know how far you will go. You do not know until a circumstance is put in front of you. That's going to put that all on the line. And that's what happened last night. Did Chris Rock know that Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia where you lose your hair? I don't know that. People are like, well, Will was laughing at first. Have you ever laughed at something and realized that you were the joke? That's where you go, hold the hell up. And that's what happened. Both men have apologized. But both men, and I think about when Chris Rock did his stand-up where he said, in the neighborhood where he lives with Mary J. Blige and Stevie Wonder, and he has to tell these jokes and go on the road and do all this stuff, but his next-door neighbor is a local dentist. Now, some people say that hasn't been true. The point being is, when 2 black men ascend to a level like that, there are more people who are ready to push them off than to lift them up. I'm just going to be honest with you. And so understand, and if you're a married guy, because here's what's crazy. Every weekend somewhere there's a confrontation that goes on where somebody says, what did you say to my wife? Or what did you say about my wife? And it ain't even medical. It's not on national television. It's not an award show. It's sometimes broken up by the wait staff. It happens all the time. But because it's 2 black guys with a lot of money and prestige and cameras and reporters, I text my best friend who was there last night. Kenny, are you there? He's like, yes. It wasn't anything like, oh, did you see that? You see that? Because that's what the loud minority did. Yell back and forth. It's sad. It's unfortunate. And I'm glad I'm here to be able to say that. I don't care. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. All right, let's go to the text line 37937, get some of the texts that have come in. What you got on the text line, Justin?
We got this one from the 781. College rules are the best for the NFL overtime.
Oh, the NFLPA is going to step in there and be like, okay, you're going to break some bones if you're going to keep doing this thing from the 25. I think the way it is right now, it's perfectly fine. Next comment.
And we got this one from the 830. Freedom is right for standing up to communist China. You are a wet noodle, KJ.
Yeah, you haven't seen my macaroni ziti, baby. Yeah, Ennis is a wet noodle when it comes to scoring. or doing anything on the court. So if you're cheering on Ennis, the broadcaster, bro, have at it. I know some people over at Waltham Public Television. They may be happy to put you on. But in terms of like, I'm not lying about that. But I'm just saying, you're like, Ennis, the person who says that really doesn't care about basketball. They sit there and grit their teeth and go, I can't believe they make all that money. I can't believe you sit there and look at people's wet noodles. He's like, who are you, bro?